Hi everyone, welcome back to the crochet, and today I'll be going through how to make this cute little Among Us Crewmate. To start off, I will do 6 single crochets in a magic ring, and we are starting with the 2 legs at the bottom and working in rounds all the way up. So definitely you will have to make another identical leg like this, and then afterwards we will join it together. So we'll do 6 single crochet in the magic ring. So for rounds 2 to 4, I'll do a single crochet in each stitch with no increases or decreases. So you will have 6 stitches in each round, and you just do this for 3 rounds just to increase the length of this leg. So I will skip over the boring parts, and after you do the 3 rounds of single crochet, you will get something like this. So with the power of editing, we did this in a second. And I also did up the second leg over here. We will just do 2 chains, 1, 2, and join it to the first stitch of the other leg that you have made. So from here we can start increasing the length of the body itself, and I will actually insert my stitch marker into the first chain that I have created. So the first chain will mark the first stitch of this round, and I will continue doing single crochet all around. We will expect 16 stitches all around. So after I did 1 round of single crochet, it looks something like this, and from here on it is quite simple to just increase the length of the body by doing single crochets upwards. And after 9 rounds of single crochet, you should get something like this, and this is where we will stop for a while to do the goggles. So for the goggles, you will need white yarn. So using this white yarn, just do a slip knot, insert your hook in, and I will do 2 chains and 1 more chain to turn over. And because I want to prevent a very large hole in the centers, I will work in rows first to create 2 rows of single crochet with 2 stitches at the bottom. So you'll see what I mean later on. So after I did 2 rows of 2 single crochets, I did a chain and I turned, and from here on I started working in rounds. So instead of using 1 chain stitch, which will easily enlarge, I used the post as the base of the stitches. So this allows for the hole to be able to be as small as possible, such that it is not really visible. So I just did 1 chain, and I took that chain as the first stitch, and I did 5 single crochets in the same stitch. Then for the next stitch, I did 6 single crochets in that same stitch. So in total, I'll have 12 stitches at the end of this round. So afterwards, I continued to make a single crochet round all around to create a slightly longer edge with one single crochet in each stitch. Sadly, I don't have the footage for this, but it should be quite straightforward. So you'll get a dome like this, and I did surface stitches with the black yarn all around the white goggles. So next I will do the grey embroidery detail on the goggles as well. So it's a slight diagonal that is kind of curved as well. So I did the embroidery like this, where I inserted my needle at one end and put my needle back in at the other end of where I want the stitch to end. And I did a small little knot in the center by going through the same stitch and coming out from the same stitch. So this will help to create that slight curvature that I want that is going around the circle. And this is it for the embroidery portion. So next you can see that there is like a row of white stitches that are still showing, which is not what it's supposed to be. I did single crochets all around with a black yarn, and you can see that I turned my work such that the knots of the single crochet are actually in front instead of the front of the work being in front, because I want the knots to cover the white yarn completely. So after I did single crochets in all of the stitches, I cut the yarn tail and I pull through. So after I did the single crochets, you can see that there are still some white dots that are peeking through. So I decided to use a black Sharpie to just color it in and to make the look more clean as well. So you can see that when all the white dots, all the white peeking through at the black border are colored in, it looks much neater and cleaner and looks more like the goggles itself. You can choose to not do this step if you want, but I just wanted a way to completely cover all the white stitches that were showing through. So after I finished my goggles, I was happy with it, and I will continue with the body. So first I have to stuff it lightly with some cotton, and I will begin my decrease rounds. So for the decrease rounds, I did a single crochet and I did a decrease every multiple of 5. So I did 3 single crochets and single crochet 2 together all the way across to get 13 stitches in this round. For the next round, I did a single crochet, did 6 decrease stitches, so I had a total of 7 stitches at the end of this round. After that, I just cut the yarn tail, leave a tail for sewing in, and weave in all the 7 stitches together and hit this yarn tail at the center of the body. So the body is actually done now. The last thing that we have to make is the backpack. So for the backpack, I will be first working in rows. I did a chain of 4 and I did a chain 1 and turn. For rows 2 to 5, I just did single crochet in each stitch and chain 1 and turn at the end of each row. So you will get something like this at the end of all the 5 rows, and you can continue working in rounds afterwards. So just chain 1 and turn, and from here we will do single crochet in each stitch all across. We will likely get 16 stitches if we put a stitch in every single stitch at the top and the bottom, as well as the sides for every row that we did. So just insert your hook into the post at the edges of the row to create your 4 stitches. So this is what it will look like on the back. So just sew it in. So the technique that I used here is actually to sew from post stitch to post stitch. You can check out the video that I have on sewing Among Us Crewmate as well on my channel. So after the backpack is sewn on, everything is completed, and this is the final product. So I actually did a red myself as well, and you can definitely do this with any color that you like. Do try this pattern out and do share with me your final products on Instagram. Please like and subscribe for more, and see you next time. Bye!